I remember one day, you know, I had got up from a bad dream, you know, and I told him about it. I told him I had a bad dream, and I was in cold sweats. And like I woke up and I was sweating, and I told him, I was like, "Ooh, I'm sweating. Like I'm gonna take a shower." I went and took a shower, and I come back after I done took a shower and got dressed, and he gonna tell me, "Oh, so you think you could take a shower before I take a shower?" I'm like, "So you wanted me to walk around with the funky sweat on me? Stop playing with me, bruh." And told me I was dressing up, and I went to the shower because I'm trying to impress the guys.
Now, the question was brought up to Sheba about personal hygiene, what she does for that. And I feel as though, respectfully, the person who asked her that because we all knew over the years, not only were they known for being mistreated, and they were in a cult, and they were used for content and objects and not as the person that they were. We all knew that allegedly the men and the women had hygiene issues, mainly because of the rules that Natureboy had set forth, and it was for his own fetishes. We know that he is a man, and there's many of men in the world who, or cultures, who love their men or women to smell what they call natural. But in normal society, we call that bad hygiene. You need to go squash, or take a bath, or take a shower, and get yourself right. Put on some deodorant and lotion. We don't care if it's organic, but we don't want to smell you. If you can smell yourself, there's a problem.
I remember one day, you know, I had got up from a bad dream, you know, and I told him about it. I told him I had a bad dream, and I was in cold sweats. And like I woke up and I was sweating, and I told him, I was like, "Ooh, I'm sweating. Like I'm gonna take a shower." I went and took a shower, and I come back after I done took a shower and got dressed, and he gonna tell me, "Oh, so you think you could take a shower before I take a shower?" I'm like, "So you wanted me to walk around with the funky sweat on me? Stop playing with me, bruh." And told me I was dressing up, and I went to the shower because I'm trying to impress the guys.
So we know that there were women that left, and one of the main issues that all of these women were concerned about when they were there, and also the women that they had left behind, was hygiene. They were very concerned about their hygiene. They could smell these women. They all said the same thing, that if they were over there in a short period of time, that if they smelled them, they had to have smelled themselves. But they came to the conclusion that maybe they've been this way for so long that it became the norm, which...
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm glad you asked that question, Aaliyah. What do you do for self-care? So, what I do personally, what I recently did was I decided to kind of like revamp my personal hygiene items. So I got some candles. I got some, I think I have some oils that I'm getting, oils and butters and such, so I can do some DIY type of moisturizers and stuff like that. But right now I have some stuff from Lush. If you're familiar with Lush, they have vegan products, so I have some stuff from Lush. And I did a bath. Lush has this little bath, bubble bath bar that I was using, which is amazing. It's freaking amazing. I was in that bath like, yeah, this is it right here. My mom got me a robe, so I haven't had a robe in years. So I have a robe. That's another thing I do for self-care, is like, you know, take me a bath or a shower, put on my robe, you know, put all the smell goods and stuff on. Definitely love my essential oils and natural butters and stuff. I love Lush too, evolving. Yeah.
I believe that it did become the norm, because in a lot of cultures, that is the norm, you know, especially from birth. If, you know, they're not used to wearing deodorants, and they're saying that your natural scent is like a cologne or fragrance, then they won't notice that there's a body issue going on in scent. But to the other part of the world that you might join forces with, they might smell it. So I think that was a problem over there. And then, the women were wearing each other's clothes, their hand washing. I really feel like how clean and how much of these scents can you get out of the clothes, especially different bodily fluids, wearing these different garments. How are you actually, beside having certain days that you take a shower? I think that once they got over to Atlanta, allegedly, they were able to take a shower when they needed to. It was more open for them to, take care of themselves better, and they started to eat better, and their weight started going up slightly. Even though the treatment got worse, gradually, to the point where, like I said, the SWAT had to come in and get them.
As CJ, I did my hair. I deeply washed my hair, and I was actually free-forming. So I combed my locks out because I wanted to get deep like conditioning and cleansing. So I'll probably have locks again one day, but I wanted to have the opportunity to like get into my roots and get into all of my hair deeply. So I did my hair. I 2-strand twisted it. What else do I do? Gotta have my art. That's why I posted that little meme, or that little whatever that thing is called.
But she discusses that briefly about hygiene products she's using. You can tell that the little basic things that women we take for granted, she's very appreciative of, because she didn't have, those things, those necessities at that time. He didn't make them available because those necessities were there for him. She couldn't even take a shower before he did, even if she could smell herself, and I know she's realizing going forth that this man didn't care nothing about us, and I remember she had said in this live that she had one time took a shower before he took a shower, and he had an issue with that, but she basically was saying, without saying, if I smell myself, you're not up, or you haven't taken a shower yet, I'm gonna take a shower. And I don't blame her, so she, without knowing it, had some sort of control over some of the situations that she had to make for her own life choices than she thought she did. So, we all do say that they probably otherwise would have still been over at Carbonation if Natureboy didn't leave. That's probably true. But things happen for a reason. It was meant for Natureboy to go to jail, for these people to be set free. And then the little things that we take for granted, people that are able to take bubble baths or go to spas or have 7 bars of soap, different scents, and candles and deodorants and perfumes and shampoos and beauty products. She was not able to enjoy those luxuries until she got away from that situation. I think that when her having her child being taken away was at jeopardy, she was able to feel and sit with herself and see that this feels good to be able to pamper myself, to eat whenever I want to eat, and to be able to sleep whenever I want to sleep. And my son is not even being subjected to this no more. I can't go back to these circumstances because these circumstances are not good for me. It's not good for job. It's not good for my mental going forth. So I believe that maybe Kendra seen this a long time ago, way before a lot of the Carbonation members, because she had to separate herself so her child wouldn't be taken. But she just didn't say anything. So a lot of times when we seen her doing the downloads, proclaiming the kingdom, she really was like, the hell with Natureboy. She just didn't say it because at the time she probably didn't know how True was really truly feeling. And then others, even the ones that left, she probably didn't know who she could trust at that time. It could have been a setup. We know that a lot of storylines have happened over the years, and people have got played in the community that would watch this content, and he kept everyone in the loop of confusion. So, she probably didn't know who to trust, who to confide in, that she was pretty much over Natureboy when she had to go back to her family. So I'm really excited for Kendra. I see nothing but positivity coming her way. I'm glad that she's being real transparent on what she's sharing with the public. That's very important. She's gonna definitely gain the respect if she's trying to be in the limelight, and to be great and take a negativity, turn it into a positivity, and be successful entrepreneur woman online, on social media, which is really hard to gain an audience and keep an audience, even with her having the clout from being associated with Natureboy. It's still kind of hard to hold on to the audience long enough to be successful on social media. So I wish nothing but the best for Kendra. I'm glad that she gets up here when she has time and she goes live and she shares with us a glimpse in her life of the hell that she had to go through, from the past, and where her life is heading for the future.